Okay, this is from the Countermeasure Warfare Room Countermeasure System, Warship HMCS Yukon and Saskatchewan, as well as Mackenzie, but Columbia didn't have a DELEX. This gear is from the 80s, and I took it all up to my apartment to add to my restoration as well as experimental fun times. Okay, let's go to the next photo. Okay, these photos are not mine. They're taken off the internet, but shows exactly what I encountered and took up to my apartment. So it's all very sensitive gear, and this little video will cover all of it to the antennas. Okay? You can measure the different frequencies and synthesizers and identification friend or foe, as well as transmit out signals and receive signals up to 18 gigahertz. WRL series of radio gear on the ship. These units were on another part of the ship. Countermeasure system, part of the whole system. Worked beautifully in some instances. I could pick up cell phone conversations and all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, this is an image off the internet showing PRF, PW, and megahertz. Okay, so we're at 9445 and analyzing radar analyzer and signals and analyzation. Kind of basically a little radar receiver. Used also in aircraft. Nice little units, very sensitive. Here we are with receiver's power supply and analyzing system, as well as all kinds of cool stuff in the room, as I refer to it. Countermeasures room. Off of ops, which ops was under the bridge of the ship. Okay, these are the antennas for that particular WRL series. And the ones circled are the ones that wound up in the apartment. Also known as the little ray gun, or baby ray guns. And on the top part, directly ahead of you, circled. Okay, the little top piece on it, that's in Germany right now. I have the two bottom parts off of Yukon and Saskatchewan, which I use. Also, more dead center is what I had in the apartment, the revolving ear. You take that cover off, which is fiberglass, by the way, and it's quite light. Then you work that whole unit off, and I lowered it down to the deck of the ship. Okay, you've probably seen it in videos. They love filming the revolving ear. And up, way up to your left is a cone-shaped piece, which was on my balcony. I used that quite a bit too. The reflection of these things is amazing. As well as a 3-inch 50 radar Doppler system. It was quite impressive to use. I had a few of those as well. Okay. Well, that's it for that. That's a short video, I guess. Okay. But I had 2 sets. And I had a lot of stuff off of Columbia. Gold mine. And all kinds of different things. Oh yeah, dead center to your left. Circled. You can hardly see it. Okay. Is that other antenna I had with the WRL series. I got one, all the ones that are circled I had. Double, actually. Cool, huh? Okay, guys, bye. And this is the balcony. My balcony. With an anti-aircraft gun, all the antennas off the warships. Also had them inside. Okay. I can just barely see. You can see the cones shaped one, and directly below you can see the 3" 50 type I had. And let me see, it's hard to see it, I know. It's like a jungle of stuff. So all the countermeasured antennas, most of them were on the balcony, some inside. Let me see if I can spot. No, the cone is behind the other type rotating antenna. Okay. I'm looking for the one that was quite unique. It must have been inside. Okay, so that's the balcony. That's where the antennas wound up. And beyond that, of course, is full of all the ship's gear as well as other gear and cool stuff. Alrighty, there we go. There she goes. Woohoo! Okay, let's see if I have any more weird pictures. Well, here's some offbeat pictures. These are metal samples from earlier years that curled up. That's a stainless steel bar that curled up like that in a wrench. Actually, a very large wrench. I sold them on eBay. Let's go to the next picture. These were done years and years ago. This is steel piece that shredded out like a flower. A bent over piece of aluminium that had copper, looked like copper spots all over it. Why that is, I don't know. Another chunk of aluminum extrusion square bar stock with a piece of wood that got flewn into it, and beyond that is a large 4" and the 4" or 5" by 5" bar stock that just blew apart. Okay, let's go to the next picture. Okay, well, you can see the warships here. This one is Columbia, HMCS Columbia, used in the X-Files, and they filmed it on the Fraser River, Front Street, New Westminster, British Columbia. And if you look very closely, you can see one of my antennas. It's not a no, it's a Dogcom or Endgame. You can spot the antennas before I took them off. And just see the little cone one on one of the wings of the ship. And I have my own videos of which I took of everything as well. This is from the TV show X-Files. Dogcom or Endgame. Alright, I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. This is a USS Alabama I got to see and explore and took lots of pictures of and video. And if I was a multi-billionaire, I'd buy such a warship and clean it up, restore it, and have it as a museum. But unfortunately, I don't. That's Nancy in the front. Behind her is some 40 mm's and 20 mm's and all the cool stuff, and 5" guns. And the big 16" guns. Wow! And remember, my interest is in vintage engineering and ships and Navy stuff. Okay? And the old timers like Tesla replicating his stuff. I'm not a scientist, not an inventor, for Christ's sakes. Okay? I'm not out to prove anything. It's just that people seem to follow me, film me, and put me on television and all that cool stuff. Because of the weird effects. Super high voltage. And most of the major metal samples happened in the industrial style labs I had. I had very few little things happen in the apartment lab, okay? And you couldn't put multi-ton transformers into an apartment. So what I was doing up there, it had some minor effects and some piles of metal samples, but minor, okay? Get that through your little brain. Alright, next picture, I suppose. Aha! Here's a picture of my ships now. Just barely make it out, and I'm up there on the superstructure film for TLC, Strange Science Frontiers. You might have seen it. And you can see the baby ray gun, which I referred to. And in the middle up there, you can see the gun targeting mechanism for the 3" 70s. And the antenna dish. Barely see me way up there, just taking stuff apart. Okay. This is a cool picture of me firing off my 50 caliber Browning machine gun Mark III, air-cooled type. And then I eventually got into Mark II's heavy barrels. Had a huge collection of them, and I had licenses to own them and shoot them. I'm like an idiot. I sold all this to Triple B auctions in Canada. Duh, like a dumbass. I had a beautiful Lewis 303 machine gun, plus Sten guns, Bren guns, Berettas, light and heavy. I had the biggest collection on the west coast of Canada at the time. Holy mackerel, John. Why I sell stuff off, I don't know. Also alongside of USS Alabama was a submarine, the Bon. I think it was called that. Odd name. So that's, ooh, I recognize that hand wheel. I got one of those. To your left. Huh. Didn't notice that before. Okay. What else have I got? Yeah, I got a few things that are in the ship. Okay. Awesome place. Recommend it for people who like gadgets and engineering. Here's a cool picture of George Hathaway and yours truly demonstrating for the U.S. government the effects, which happened and didn't happen. That's a long time ago, 1983. And George Hathaway has been very patient and kind, and I can't blame him for being like weirded out by me, because I'm not a scientist and I don't promote anything and I don't keep writing anything down and all that. I'm just into studying stuff, building stuff, and see what happens. Okay. Oh, yeah, another picture. U.S. government task Colonel John Alexander sent me these pictures. Oh, who's that standing there? And I didn't notice that before either. Maybe that's Bizarro. Here I am operating the disruptive discharge transformer in the heavy Q Tesla coil system for the U.S. government, folks. Some hobbits in Houston, Texas I visited. Very nice family, and we had a lot of fun, and a little genius hobbit kid who made it on CNN with his projects. So we linked up and had fun. I don't know what he's doing these days. Wow, I'm sitting next to him. Right little spark. Okay, next picture. Yin was good friends with Mrs. Major Roddenberry, and she wanted to introduce me to Mrs. Roddenberry, so I wrote this fax to Major Roddenberry. Wow. And we drove by her house. I got that on video too. California, Sherman Oaks. But she lives in Bel Air, by the way, or did live there. Oh, believe it or not, this is your little globetrotter in Egypt by the pyramid. Somebody took this photo of me. Holy mackerel. I wonder who took. Probably Ian did. Okay, let's go on to the next picture. I'm off track again. This is a very close shot of a film crew. Somebody took this photo of us all gathered around the gear as we did demonstrations. I think, oh my God, what year was this? I don't know. This is in the apartment lab, by the way. Wow. That was quite a film shoot. Oh, this is a recent picture of me in my Oerlikon Canon history and Antoine Gazda photograph I got off a friend of actually from Providence, Rhode Island. That's a rare find. Stuff comes to you, or comes to me anyway when I'm looking for it, then sort of vanishes out of existence. Yeah, I just took that some months ago. This is a cute photo. This is Nancy in the apartment lab. You can see there's a sonar system to your right off of HMCS Saskatchewan and other gear. I cleaned out a lot of stuff, by the way, by orders of the mayor of New Westminster, because the effects were going into people's apartments and blowing stuff up. I had one of these in my apartment. I had 50 caliber Brownings in the apartment, plus a ZB-37 heavy machine gun, and that's me just sighting it in. Okay. Unfortunately, I sold that too. What an asshole I am. Jesus, man. Self-destruction or what? And this is how I appear these days, as female. Half female, half male. Why? Because I like it. So what? reason why am I going off track so much? This is two friends. That's David and Steven Seagal. David's an arms collector, dealer, and owns various companies in California. Steven lives on Mandeville, at the time, Mandeville Canyon Road. He's now in Russia, by the way. But Steven was an arms collector as well, so there you have it. This is my cat of 2003. I just called him Cat. Acted more like a dog, followed me everywhere. Watched me machine things. He was a real character. Oh, this is really off track. This is a gift from Prince Hans Adam Liechtenstein in 2016 or 17. Aha, this piece here is off of HMCS Columbia. 1950s vintage electronic gear sonar system. That's seen in the apartment. And this picture is an archival picture of somebody operating the unit you just saw sitting in my apartment. Here's the extra high voltage laboratory of Hiroshi Imabe-san, who's my sponsor in Japan, and that's me standing by him. And this is where we did some wild experiments in Hiroshima City, covered fully by Mr. Hino's staff reporter at JOGM Television, Hiroshima Home TV. Those are wild days. It's a big setup he had there. Wow. This is, somebody sent me this picture of an artillery piece that seems to be in a scrapyard. Love to haul that thing out of there. Oh well. I'm into artillery collecting, by the way. And speaking of artillery collecting, a friend of mine collects these pieces, 3-inch 50. He's just backing up and getting it into his warehouse. A cool picture of Alexandrias Mavromantis, metal recycling company in Greece. It's the ideal scrapyard for me, okay? Oh, it's a picture of Yin on Entertainment Tonight promoting her movie she made in Grat City and in New Westminster with me a little bit. Oh, yes, this is HMCS Columbia. And as you can see, if you look very close, my business card is strapped onto it. That's when I would make sure nobody takes it. It straps my card or whatever it is, or note on the pieces of gear I wanted. And you can see it's all painted over like a big mess because of the X-Files TV show, Dogcom or Endgame. That's why it's like that. Shirley Ingram did it, actually. I met her some years ago, as well as first encountered her in the 80s when she rented a couple of my Canons for 21 Jump Street and MacGyver. Early 2003 or 4, 2004, with Bruce Burgess, myself, and others planning the Ark of the Covenant Revealed, which you type that in Google or YouTube, you can see we built it and made it work, and for Discovery Channel, and it aired. So check it out. It's a good video. Using frequencies to help the Gulf of Mexico's problem with Nancy and John. Okay? This is down in Florida. Oh, P.S. You can recognize 2 baby ray guns. Ha! HMCS Saskatchewan, HMCS Yukon, and we have also Spectrum Analyzers, broadcast gear, and HMCS Columbia Mackenzie gear as well. Wow. Wow. Well, let's see. I guess that's how I dress these days. Kind of feminine. I really enjoy just being myself. Thank you very kindly. Although I wear my business suit, I'll put my Artificial Reef Society shirt on and dark pants if I'm meeting somebody. You don't want to upset the locals or people who you want to be doing business with. So that's okay, Major. And this is 1983. As you can tell, I'm wearing hair. Look kind of weird, but oh well, it's all cool for me anyway. Alright, leaving you folks with this thing.
Scientist who had devoted a good part of his adult life trying to prove out the theories of the controversial Yugoslavian physicist named Nikola Tesla. His lab is located in the basement of a nondescript store in Vancouver. Hutchison doesn't want to tell us, or doesn't want us to tell you where it is exactly. Working with huge jolts of electricity of up to 500,000 volts, Hutchison is tinkering with Tesla's central thesis that large amounts of power can be transmitted through the air without wires. One of the side effects of his experiments involves the levitation of inanimate objects. He cannot yet predict with any accuracy which objects will rise, when, or where, but they do rise, as you're about to see. You enter the world of John Hutchison through an old bank vault.
I'm going to interject here. That's my vault door. Okay? And there's my 19mm anti-aircraft M1 traverse mechanism. Well, you can look it on YouTube. It's been uploaded a number of times. So, anyway, I got to get ready to go here. So, you've seen this video many times, I'm sure. It's fun to. I don't mind doing the videos. As I said, I'm not an inventor or scientist. This is just fun to do. I don't teach anything. Thank God. Yeah, this is vintage Tesla stuff, high voltage stuff, X-ray transformers, and roller inductors, which I built myself. What else we got here? Dumbbell Tesla coils, Vandegraaff generators, high voltage capacitance systems, spark gap system, RF coils, yeah, Tesla, yeah. I'm going on, and so they're covering some of Tesla stuff. And oh my God, it's getting late. I better get ready here. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Time for me to leave to go for dinner now. So you can check it all out on the internet if you want to. Be bothered, I don't care. So, and that's the big transformer, 56 kilovolt amperes, 90,000 volts out of a substation. Okay, I gotta go.